Good morning guys, welcome back to another part of building this 2J. Today I'm going to be chucking the head back on the block and doing all the timing side of the engine as well. Hopefully get it all done. So last week I was in Japan and it was so amazing. I just want to be back there already. But I saw so many cool cars and so many cool builds. Feeling pretty motivated to get this done. I was meant to get it done by December the 12th for this event I want to go to, but had issues with parts. It's taken way longer than I thought, and I don't think it's going to be done till January now, probably like end of January, which is fine because I'd rather take my time and have like a good quality build over rush it and have to pull it back apart again. But yeah, hence why it's taking so long. It's currently 36 degrees outside. Oh, it's just turned to 37. That's great. So it means it's probably going to be like over 40 degrees in the workshop. So I don't know how long I'm going to stay for. I don't think I'm going to be there too long because it's just going to be a hot pot in there. But yeah, I'm going to try and get as much done today as I can and get all the head and the timing done. Okay, so first up we're going to chuck on the head gasket. You want to make sure all the surfaces are really clean and this is seated the right way and the dowels are in place as well to align everything correctly. We're going to be running the ARP head studs just because you get a way better clamping force with these and they can handle it better. We're going to be putting these studs in hand tight first and then chucking the nuts on top and then torquing everything down after that. When you're torquing these down, you want to work from the middle outwards. This way the pressure just gets evenly distributed across the head. Now we're going to be putting in the camshafts. Make sure everything's cleaned really well and the buckets as well so we don't scratch a surface when we go to run it up. I'm putting the caps on as well, just doing these down hand tight at first and then we'll be torquing them down to spec afterwards. If you've made it this far into the build already, you may as well replace all the seals you come across. So we're going to be chucking in some new cam seals. These ones are straight from Toyota. OEM parts is the best way to go. We're going to be adding a little bit of silicone too to the cam caps, just around the bolt holes and stuff to just reduce the chances of having a leak in this area and give it better sealing. These cam gears will have a keyway on both sides, so they'll only slot in when the keyway is lined up. Just chucking the bolts on, and then you want to get a spanner and your torque wrench and torque these up to spec. Just holding the spanner on the camshaft, you'll see this little hex section there to hold it. Just chucking on the VVTi solenoid and the little oil feed pipe as well. This has a little filter on the top. Don't forget to put this in as well. It is commonly lost, I have heard. So yeah, don't miss that. Now we're checking on the cam gear and putting in a new O-ring for the water pump. This one I had to wait 2 weeks for, which held the build back. I mean, worth it, but yeah, there's also a little seal that goes on the side here on this pipe. We're going to chuck a new seal on that as well. Now we're going to put on the water pump. These have two centering bolts, one at the top and one at the bottom to kind of hold the water pump in place while you're doing the other bolts up. All the torque specs are down the bottom. Make sure you follow these as straight out of the Toyota OEM service manual, how these motors were originally built. So you want to make sure you're assembling everything as the, Toyota recommends. Next, we're putting on the timing belt tensioner. Make sure you add Loctite to this bolt. I forgot to do it. read the manual and had to pull everything apart again and redo it. Now we move on to the timing side of things. These VVTI gears have like a 30 degrees, rotation. So you want to make sure that it is all the way locked clockwise and lined up with the line on the cover. On the exhaust gear, it's just, pretty simple. Line the line up with the dot on the cover and make sure it is top and centered. Now we're going to make sure the dot is lined up on the cam gear and that the piston, number 1 piston, is at top dead center. Time to put on the new timing belt. You want to make sure that no teeth jump as you're doing this. You might have to do this a few times just to make sure it is all good. Then we're going to add tension onto the tensioner by lifting it up. Rotate the gears 180 degrees, make sure both gears are facing down and the dot still lines up. Now we're going to rotate it another 180 degrees and our gears should be lined all the way up, as well as the crankshaft bolt dot being lined up at the bottom here as well. This way you make sure your timing is good. Run through this cycle a few times if you're iffy about it, just to confirm you've done it all good. Harmonic balances will always be the death of me. I struggled getting it off, I struggled putting it on, I broke the little pin in my engine stand. As you can see here, I was like, oh shit, not good. And then after I fixed that, I tried to give it another shot and torque it up, and I broke my torque wrench. So RIP. I hate harmonic balances, but yeah, make sure this is all torqued up and is all secure. Next, we're putting on the drive belt tensioner. This is going to go on before the covers go on, so yeah, chuck these little bolts in, torque them up to spec. Put all the covers on. Now it is finally starting to look like an engine. It's pretty exciting. So the head is on, the engine is pretty much all together now. There's not really much else to do except like test fit the manifold and the turbo and then test fit all the lines, and it is ready to go back in the car. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like and comment down below what else you want to see on this channel. I can do anything regarding this chaser or the 2J build. Happy to answer any questions you guys have. But yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.